Namaste, beautiful souls. Hello, guys. Today we will practice Hatha style. Level 1, level 2. It's going to be it's going to be a very strong practice with full body workout, focusing on the chest opening, grounding, finding the center, hip openers, front thigh, preparing for the back bend. So it's going to be quite a strong practice. Be mindful, be careful, do as much as you can. And if you feel out of breath, always you can use the pose of wisdom, which is the child pose. Namaste one more time, and let's begin our practice today with centering and doing some pranayama, which is very simple Kapalabhati. So find a comfortable seated and let's begin. Once you're seated, make sure that your spine is fully straight. Relax your shoulders, so roll them back and down. You can do just a few head rolls to remove any tension around in your upper body. It also allows us to slow down our mind and remove any mental excess energy. Just put one palm on your heart, feel your breath, feel the heartbeat. Just a reminder of being here right now in this moment. Becoming aware of your senses, of the space around you. Becoming aware of your body, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And whenever you're ready, we can start with Kapalabhati. Try to do it at least 108 times, or you can do it with small breaks. Inhale, and on exhale, let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Soften your face, relax your body. Inhale and exhale, let it go. With all this awareness, with all the presence being within you, let's begin the practice. We're going to stretch our legs forward. Always, if your hamstrings are very tight, I always recommend to keep the knees soft. So don't be a hero. Try not to be ambitious. Listen to the body and listen to what your body is requiring. Try to avoid any sharp or sudden pain around the joints, especially. This is just a small protecting heel. And here we're going to inhale. You're going to hold your ankles so you can hold your feet. Roll your shoulders back, and we're going to combine the movement and the breath. So inhale, we're going to bend the knee, open stretch for the heart. Exhale, so better you hold it, maybe your shins. Exhale, feet point, rolling in and trying to bring the crown of the head toward your knees. Inhale, open up. Try to bring the belly closer to your thighs. Exhale. Rolling in, pushing the lower back against the back wall. Inhale. Draw your shoulder blades toward the spine. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Try to create more space. Make your movements easy with joy. Last one, inhale. So this is kind of a small, gentle warm-up. Long neck, exhale. Inhale, look up halfway. Place your palms maybe 45 degrees out, facing out, or if you can, place your fingertips facing back. Inhale, we're gonna roll the shoulder blades, push your palms, lift your hips off the floor, squeeze your knees, squeeze your heels, push the ground away. Keep work on squeezing your knees and drop your head back. Just a few breaths in here. Push the floor away, exhale. Inhale, let the neck work on squeezing, hugging to the midline. Exhale, look forward and lift your right leg as high as you can to the ceiling. Lift your hips and shoulders up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, place your feet together, knees, squeeze your knees, lift your hips and lift your heels off the ground. Inhale, place your heels on the floor, lift the hips, and now lift the left leg as high as you can. And again, push your hips higher. Inhale and exhale. Place your feet together, last one. Again, squeeze your knees, lift your chest as high as you can, lift your heels higher, squeeze your inner thighs. On exhale, slowly lower your hips. And this time again, walk with your thighs back, walk with your sitting bones backward, stretch through the heart, soften the knees, bow forward, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. A few breaths here, just to relax. Relax the shoulders, take a few deep breaths. Now inhale, look up halfway. This time, you're gonna place your palms between the knee and your hips. And as you press the floor away, you're gonna lift the hips and you're gonna really stay in here. More advanced option, you can lift one leg up. And change. And release. Take a deep breath in and slowly come on your knees. In here, we're gonna work on squeezing the knees. So inhale, lifting up for the heart. Exhale, bending your hips, opening for the heart, and open your heart. Again, inhale, open up. Kind of a very moderate sun breath. Come to the child pose. Inhale again, lifting up. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Exhale again as you squeeze your inner thighs. Open for the heart. Inhale, come all the way up. Draw your ribs in. Exhale, slowly move to the child pose. One more time, inhale. Keep your ribs in. Exhale, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, open up. Exhale, moving to the child position. Inhale again, lift up. As you squeeze your inner thighs, your left palm slides toward the left knee, and you're really going into kind of supported half moon pose. Create more space, keep squeezing the inner thighs, open for the heart. You can press against your calf. And try to bring the right forearm or bicep behind your head. Inhale to the center. And exhale, let's move to the other side. Keep squeezing the inner thighs, lengthen through the chest. Inhale, come to the center. And we're coming into the tabletop. Knees together. Let's do a cat and cow. So roll your shoulder blades down, stretch your heart, chin forward. Exhale as you push the floor away. Let's first work with the thoracic spine. So move from your chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, open up. Pull your palms toward the knees, stretch your heart even more. And exhale. Push the floor away. Now we're going to isolate our chest. So we will not be moving through the chest, but we will be moving with the lower back and sacrum. So you can hold your navel by pressing palm against it and moving just slow, subtle movements with your pelvis. So you really have to learn to engage your glutes. It starts training your pelvic floor and engaging deep core muscles. You may even feel shaking, which is a good sign that shows that you're awakening your body and you're engaging very deep, deep, deep muscle tissues. So try not to move the rib cage. Move just from the lower back. Very good. So roll your shoulders back. From here, we're going to lift the right leg up. Square your hips. By pushing shoulder blades toward the spine and pulling palms toward the knees, lift the right heel as high as you can. Just take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring the right knee toward your chest, toward your nose, and push the floor away. Try to bring the right heel closer to your right buttock. Inhale again. Roll up, open through the chest, lift your right heel, and now listen carefully. You're going to lift the right arm to the front. So your whole torso is parallel. Let's do 3 times. On inhale, you're going to open your body to the side, bring the shoulder, right shoulder and right hip up to the ceiling. On exhale, you're going to bring your whole body parallel to the ground, closing your shoulder and hips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Work with the back leg is fully engaged and charged. Exhale. Place the right palm on the floor. Bring the right knee toward your chest and slowly step it in front of you into the half split. So inhale, open up, and exhale, extending from the navel. You can keep the knees soft. Come all the way down into the half split. Relax your neck. Relax your whole body. Make sure your right foot is fully engaged and active, as if you want to touch and scratch with your toes. You want to scratch the crown of the head. Inhale, open up. Exhale, remove. And again, we slowly starting from the beginning, cat and cow position. Moving with the breath. From here, now lifting the left leg up. Again, keep your hips square. Make sure that you firmly pressing your shoulder blades toward the spine. Exhale, bring the left knee toward your chest and push the floor away. Inhale, again, lift the left leg up. Roll your shoulder blades back. And here, you're gonna lift your left palm up. So make sure you create more space from the fingertips to the heel. Inhale, we're gonna lift the whole left side of the body up to the ceiling. Exhale, lowering the body parallel to the floor, keeping your whole body full and active and engaged. Inhale and exhale. Take your time. It's going to be shaky. That's fine, because we're engaging completely different muscles and different neuron connections. Exhale, palm on the floor. Roll your shoulders back. Lift the left heel as high as you can. And on exhale, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Look up halfway. Stretch your spine. And on exhale, move through the chest. You can still keep your knees soft. Come all the way into the half split. Take a few relaxing breaths. Shake your head. Remove any tension. And again, notice what is happening within you. What are the reactions? Very good. And from here, you're going to step to the front of the mat. And slowly rolling all the way up, coming to standing. Relax your head. Get strongly rooted through your heels. Inhale. You're going to interlace your fingers. You're going to really squeeze your shoulder blades toward the spine by rooting through your coccyx down to the heels. You're going to try to open through the heart. Stretch your arms and try to really push them behind your head, chin forward. So inhale, you're going to lift your heels off the floor. Your roots, your legs are firmly active, pressing your inner thighs into the midline. Lower center is very active, so we're not collapsing in the lower back, but we're opening through the heart. Inhale, and on exhale, place your heels on the ground. Soften your knees, bow forward. Stretch your whole chest, your whole body on top of your thighs. Grab your ankles and push your face toward your shins. Again, the most important part is here. Keep your belly fully glued to your front thighs and work on pressing your head and face toward the shins. Keep your knees soft if needed, but work on really extending through the crown of the head toward the floor and try to press your elbows closer towards each other. Firmly ground through the heels. And what can you do to create more length in your spine? Inhale, look up halfway. We're going to lift the left leg all the way up. Grab the right ankle and moving into the full standing split. Just a few breaths in here, trying to create space and length. From here, inhale. We're going to move into the half split, into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Place your fingertips below your shoulder. Rotate your chest, rotate your hips. Engage your legs, so shoot for the heel. And stretch your left arm. So bicep behind your head. So bring your ribs in and create the length between your heels and fingertips. Inhale and exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. And 3. From here, with control, square your hips, moving gently into the standing. So option 1, you can, with the right palm, hold the left knee behind, press it to the midline and open to the side, to the left side, so coming into the twist. Or if you feel comfortable, you can grab the outer edge of your left foot, press it against, and try to drop the left thigh down and back. Try to open through the heart. Work on squeezing your shoulder blades together to the spine and let in through the crown of the head. Inhale. Slowly release your arm and lift your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Just one breath in, and on exhale, moving into the warrior three. So bend your standing leg, press against your knees, roll your shoulders, square your hips, bow to the floor, and kick through the left heel up. And with control, in here, we're stepping the left foot back into the low lunge. Here we're going to keep the stand a little bit wider than usual. So move your right foot slightly to the side and bring your chest inside the inner thigh. Square your hips, press the heel back, and stretch your heart forward. So really, you can stay in here, but work on really squaring the hip and kind of dragging the back foot to the front. And arms up, 45 degrees lunge. Place your palms on the floor, stretch the front leg, keep your left palm on the ground. Here with the right hand, you're going to push the right thigh back, kind of stretching the IT band, the glutes muscle, and lift through the heart. You can also lift the arm, so kind of a twisted triangle. The back heel can be lifted higher and kind of slowly lean backward. Exhale. Slowly place your palm on the floor. Step back to plank. And lowering down on the floor. Both feet together. Stretch for the front body. So by pushing your elbows forward, stretch your whole abdominal. You can continue staying here or come into the locust Shalabhasana pose by lifting your palms up. Keep your back neck long and really try to lift your lower ribs off the ground. Breathe. Now we're going to bend both knees and you're going to grab the ankles from outside into the Dhanurasana, the bow pose. So inhale, you can really make your feet flex. Work on pushing your legs backwards so that will start creating the opening in the chest. And only then you can lift the knees off the ground. And with your arms, you can work on lifting your legs higher. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Place your palms under your shoulders. Untuck your toes. Keep your feet together. Lift through the upper chest. Roll in your thoracic spine. Bring your chin toward the chest. And then lift the knees off the ground. So your pelvis will be lower than your heart. And you continue pushing the floor away. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. So feet together. And from here, untuck your toes. And move to downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths to find the ease, the breath, and calmness of the mind. And on your next exhale, you can step or jump to the front of the mat. Bow forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, and slowly lift all the way up into Tadasana, mountain pose. Just close your eyes for the moment, record, and connect with your body. Feel what is happening within. And let's do for the other side, for the other leg. Inhale again, lift your arms all the way up, interlace your fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades back, lift through the chest, protecting your lower back. Stretch your arms behind, so create more space in your shoulder joint, and then lift the heels off the floor. Keep squeezing your inner thighs and push the lower, like push the coccyx toward the heels. On exhale, place your heels down, again bending from the hips. Extend your whole front body for the forward fold. For the full Uttanasana, so glue your torso, glue your belly on top of your thighs, grab your ankles. And as you push your face toward the shins, work on hugging your elbows together. Firming ground for the inner heel and big toe. That will activate different energy channels within your legs. Keep pushing the crown of the head down and extending in the spine, so really create more length. Inhale, look up halfway. This time we're gonna lift the right leg as high as possible into the full standing split. And slowly from here, we're going to place the left finger, so you can use the block here. Find the stability, rotate and come into Ardha Chandrasana, so bring your hips and shoulders one on top of each other, and then stretch the right forearm, arm forward. Bring the biceps behind your head. So create the length and draw your ribs, lower ribs inside, so keep your core engaged. 3, inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 1. From here, with control, all focus on your standing foot, on the big toe pressing against the floor, lifting up. So simple variation, press against Grab the knee from outside and extend to the right side. Or if you're okay and you want to experience a little bit deeper, so find your stability, focus on one dot, and lift through the shoulders, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. With control, lift your arms all the way up. And on exhale, bending the standing knee, press your palms against the knee, coming into warrior three. Make sure your hips are square, the back foot is fully charged, and flex. And here, softly stepping all the way back to low lunge. Move your right foot slightly out, so your whole torso, so your both feet will be hip distance wide, and your chest will come inside the inner thigh. So square your hips, stretch your chest away, stretch your heart away from the back heel. And here we're coming into 45-degree lunge. Drop your shoulders, and again create the length. Work on dragging the back foot to the midline like scissors, and hugging everything again to the midline. And one. Place your hands on the ground, stretch the front leg. If needed, you can step the back foot a little bit closer. We're going to rotate in the chest, pushing the left thigh back. You can lift the arm and lean backward. Firmly ground for the left big toe. Open for the heart. It feels amazing to stretch after all the standing poses, the glute area, the IT band. On exhale, place your palms on the ground, step back to plank, and lower all the way down on the floor. Both feet together. Again, stretch your whole front body. Exhale, lift your upper chest into Locust Shalabhasana. Again, bending both knees. Grab your ankles from the outside. Roll your shoulders back. Keep your head down, so extend your neck. And then you can lift the legs and knees off the floor. Kind of hanging from the shoulder joints. 5. Use your power of the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing again, both feet together. Pushing into the rounded plank. So push the floor away. Rounding your upper chest. And lift your both knees off the ground. Keep squeezing your feet together. And slowly remove and come to downward facing dog. You can actually, let's open the legs a little bit wider. Soften your knees. Place your chest between your both thighs. Push the floor away. So keep your chest as close as possible toward your thighs. And then work on stretching your legs and hiding your heels behind your toes so you don't see them. And really push the floor away. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, slowly step to the front of the mat. We're going to lay down and do a little bit of chest opening, working with the spine. So here first we will do Halasana, the plow pose. Simple version, supported version, or if your feet on the floor, we do the full version, closed Halasana. So grab your feet and really roll back. So try to push your feet against your palms, trying to bring the pelvis on top of your face. on exhale, as slow as possible, placing all your vertebrae on the ground. Place your hips, and from here we're gonna shift through the chest, feet active. We come into the fish pose, Matsyasana, coming on the crown of the head. Walk your elbows as close as possible toward the hips, towards your buttocks, and push the floor away. Kind of try to really rotate your inner thighs toward the midline. From here, rolling in, laying on your belly. Keep squeezing your inner thighs, feet active, so feet flex facing toward you. Roll up in upper chest and place your palms up. Keep squeezing your legs to the midline. Exhale, release. Here we're gonna do the iron bridge. So you're gonna bend your knees slightly, push through your elbows and shoulders. You can continue pressing here. We're gonna lift the buttocks and pelvis off the ground, or you can push the palms to the ground and lift your chest as high as possible, working on stretching your both legs. 3, 2, and 1. From here, slowly, we're gonna come to seated. Now place both hands behind your head. You're gonna slightly lean backward. Maybe lift your heels off the ground, just staying here, or do the first version. Feet point. From here, feet flex and stretch your arms to the front. Roll your shoulder blades towards each other and try to lift for the heart. Very good. From here, bend your knees, place them hip distance wide. We're coming into the bridge pose. So we'll try to do the bridge pose with the grip. So you can roll your shoulders together, walk your palms closer to the heels. You can lift the heels and place heels on top of your fingertips. So you hold your heels as a leverage, and then you lift your hips as high as possible. This is variation 1. Variation 2, you can grab full ankles and lift for the heart. Press the back of the head to the floor and lift your hips higher. And slowly release. The next pose will be half fish and half butterfly pose. I know, sounds very mystical asana. So what we're gonna do, first you can come on your elbows. The first we're gonna establish the heart, the upper body. So walk on your elbows, come on the crown of the head. Okay, I need to remove my hairpin. So you can now bring your feet together, open your knees to the side. Variation 1, you're just pressing your knees from inside and trying to lift for the heart. This will do as much as it's needed. Or you can go and grab your ankles from outside. Try to bring both feet together. And again, by engaging your legs, try to really open for the heart. Very good. And release, come to seated. Yes, open your feet 90 degrees wide. We're gonna bend the knees, and with the torso, we're gonna go in between the legs. So I suggest you grab your ankles or hold your feet, roll your shoulders back, keep your knees bent, and work on pressing your torso down. Ideally, here we work on stretching the spine, so creating a kind of cobra chest Only with time you will be able to go all the way down. So try to extend your body away from the hips by pressing belly button down. Inhale, slowly lift up. And bring your feet together. And we're coming on the belly. Stretch through the chest, coming into full Shalabhasana again, legs together. Lift your whole upper body. Lift your arms and work on lifting your chest. From here, we're gonna lift the legs off the ground. We're gonna stretch arms forward, full Shalabhasana. Slowly pushing up to standing. So step to the front of the mat, both feet together. Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, stretch your whole torso, grab your ankles, bow forward. Press your face between your shins. From here, keeping your chest glued to your thighs, walk your arms forward. Your knees can be slowly bent. And from here, you're gonna lean backward and lift your feet on the ground, coming on your heels. But you will keep walking with your fingers forward and pressing your hips backwards, so creating more length in your chest by rolling in through your hip joints. Exhale, place your feet on the ground. And from here, we're gonna step back to plank. Push the shoulders away. Hang everything to the midline. We're gonna do a series of push-ups, chaturanga to plank. So inhale in plank. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale in chaturanga. Exhale, push up to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, just bend your elbows, hug them to the midline, chaturanga. Inhale in chaturanga. Exhale, push up to plank. 2 more. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale in chaturanga. Exhale, push up to plank. Last one. Gather your strength. Inhale in here. Hold your lower back. Exhale. Inhale in chaturanga. Exhale, push up to plank. Step your knees to the front of the mat. Your knees hip distance wide. Tuck your toes and sit on your heels. Camel pose. We'll do 2 versions. So one version for beginners, you just can, if your lower back is bothering you, you just keep pushing palms with your buttocks down and lifting through the heart. So this helps you to protect the lower back. For more advanced practitioners, if you can sit on the heels, grab your heels, roll your shoulders back, and moving from the hips, pushing and coming into full camel pose. So work on pushing your hips forward and extending through the heart up. Exhale, slowly lower your hips. Continue hugging your heels. Place the crown of the head down on the ground and lift your hips, everything up into the rabbit pose. Slowly rolling up. So for next pose, maybe you may want to prop your knees. So we're gonna do kind of the front thigh extension. You can continue doing the same pose that we did just before. You can grab, let's say, bend the left knee, push the left heel toward the left buttock, pushing chest up. So you can support yourself in here, or you can lift the right arm up, maybe support your head and trying to push the thighs and hips forward and lift for the heart. Exhale, release. Come to seated into Virasana pose. Roll your shoulders back. Just find the calm and observe. Observe what is happening. Notice these beautiful sensations within. Now let's do on the other side as well. Lift up. Again, make sure that you are stable, so your feet are hip distance wide. You're gonna bend the right foot, pressing the heel toward the buttock, pushing through the chest, back and up. And then maybe supporting your head, so this will help you to work on lifting through the heart as well, supporting your neck, or you can extend the full palm back. Slowly release. Again, coming into the Virasana hero pose. Sit firmly on your heels. You kind of press your lower back as if there is a wall. So release. Just do a few pelvic rolls to release any compression at the SI joint, sacroiliac joint. Here we're gonna go into very deep forward fold, Padahastasana. So lift your hips up. Keep your feet hip distance wide. Again, you may want to bend your knees and place your palms right under your feet so that the roots of your toes will be pressing against your wrist. Bend your elbows, so bring your torso between both thighs. Drop your head down, bend your elbows, and with your elbows, push your chest down. At the same time, you really try to glue your chest toward the thighs. So pushing the chest between and head between the knees, but really trying to extend even more. Engage your arms, press your elbows to the ground. At the same time, work on stretching your legs. And release. Look up halfway. Here we're gonna do a wider stand, like one leg apart. Toes will be facing down out. So making sure you sit low and you bring your knees above your heels. So first we're gonna really work on maybe rock and roll it from one side to another side. Roll your shoulders back, trying to bring the hips and shoulders and spine in one line with your knees and thighs. You can continue staying in here, that will be more than enough for the hip opener, or we can combine the hip opener and the twist. So left fingers go up, left elbow goes down, the torso is rotating, we push the knees away and try to look up. My face is still in the middle, my head is still in the middle between both legs. Inhale to the center and exhale, rotate to the other side. Again, I'm pushing my knees away, I'm trying to extend my spine, and I keep my torso parallel to the floor. Inhale, exhale, release. Now I'm gonna step to the sides of the mat, so a little bit wider. I'm gonna do frog brothers. So like your feet will be mat distance wide, your pelvis will go inside between your both thighs, and this time your elbows will go under your hamstrings. Long neck. Now lift the heels off the floor. Very good. Release and come to seated. So before we do the Bakasana, not Bakasana, Before we do the butterfly pose, we're going to do a kind of a baby pose, happy baby pose that will help you to open your hip joints. So press, so grab your heels, lift your heels and work on stretching your spine. So you can stay in here for a while, maybe kind of trying to stretch your legs aside. From here, we're going to place both feet together, trying to press the outer arches of the feet towards each other. We're going to move back, lift the heels, lift the hips, press the outer arches of the feet, and trying to bring the hips as close as possible, lifting through the chest. So we're working from here, from inside. You can continue staying in here, working from inside, and try to open your feet like a book by pressing the outer arches into each other. You can grab and kind of trying to rotate and stretch for the heart. Maybe gently even leaning forward as much as you can, extending again from the lower back. The secret is here is to work from the lower back, from the sacrum, and keep your spine straight. Bring your knees together. From here, we're gonna lift the hips, move back to plank, and from here, lay all the way down on the belly. Again, stretch your whole front chest. We will do 3 different versions of Dhanurasana, the bow pose. First, we've done it earlier today. You're gonna grab the ankles from outside, roll the shoulders back, and lift your knees off the ground. Now we're gonna go a little bit deeper. So you're gonna rotate your shoulder, you see, inside. So you're opening the shoulder, your bicep goes outside, facing outside, and my shoulder opens up. The shoulder is not, some people have a tendency to put it like this. You see, my shoulder is closing. I'm trying to open my shoulder and pushing the head with the leg. So grip, we're grabbing the ankle from inside. If it's too difficult for you, continue just doing the version that we did before. Try to bring your knees a little bit closer again, push the floor away, and then work on lifting your knees off the ground. Keep looking down, so keep your neck long. Exhale, release. Just collect your breath for a few seconds. For the last one. For the last one, again, you're gonna bend the knees. This time, we're gonna grab our toes from the top. And lift everything off the floor. So with arms, we're trying to lift our feet higher. Very good. And release. From here, slowly pushing up. Move your feet to the front. And we're gonna lay down on the floor, on the ground. Stretching your arms over your head. So try to press your lower back to the floor. So kind of extending and making sure that your spine can fully extend. So for this, you can bend your knees and really work and check if you can place the lower back toward the ground. If your lower back lifts up, that means you will need to keep your knees soft. So it no matter, your lower back lifts up. So make sure that you're firmly pressing it down. So bend your knees a little bit and press the lower back. So now we're gonna do kind of a clock with our legs. So inhale, lift your feet 30 degrees. Make sure you're pressing the lower back to the floor and extending your arms, feet point. Lift 60 degrees. Again, press the lower back to the floor, feet point, kneecaps active. Lift the legs to 90 degrees. Again, feet point. Working from here. Now you're gonna extend your arms to the side and bring your feet, your toes facing towards you. So pressing through the heels and extending through the back lines of your legs. So here, listen carefully. Slightly bend your knees, bring your thighs closer to your chest. You're gonna bring your both feet, heels are not moving, above your palm to the left side. Your both shoulders on the ground, and you keep facing into the opposite direction. 3, 2, make sure you're pressing your knees toward the chest. 1, lift your legs up. Exhale. Again, soften the knees, bring them closer to your chest, and this time bring them to the other side. Again, above your palms, because that is when you can use the core. If your feet will be somewhere lower, you will be going through the lower back, not from the core. Inhale, feet up to the ceiling. Again, feet active. Stretch your arms over your head. Activate your kneecaps. Really press for the heels. And we do go down the same way that we came up, but with our feet flexed. Again, make sure that your lower back is firmly pressing down. So 60 degrees, press your lower back, legs active, squeeze your inner thighs. Let's say 45 degrees, press the lower back to the floor, 30 degrees, and release. Extend, and this time bend both knees. You're gonna grab the right ankle and kind of try to bring it. So pushing them, protecting your ankle by making sure that there are no wrinkles on the heel. So first you press it again, like toward your belly or toward your stomach. You can keep this left leg slightly bent, then maybe toward your face, and maybe holding it here. Maybe lifting your head and pressing the heel toward the forehead and staying in here. Or see, maybe you can bring it on top of the shoulder, holding here, maybe even placing behind your head with support. And release. Let's do on the other side. So this time, hold your left heel like on the plate. Press the heel, the foot toward the belly button. Then maybe toward the navel, toward the heart, rotating. Maybe toward the head, the forehead. You can stay in here, or you can really work on placing the foot behind your head. And release. Now you're going to bend the right knee toward the chest. With the left palm, grab your right knee from outside and we're coming into the twist. Work on pressing the left shoulder to the floor. Make sure the left or right shoulder to the ground. Your left leg is active. So work on placing and pushing the back of the heart to the ground. Inhale, slowly come to the center. Release. And let's change the side. So bring the left knee to the ground, to the chest. With the right palm, place outside of your left knee. Open your left palm to the side. And now walk. And place your left knee to the right side of the mat. So try to really ground through the shoulder. And try to bring your back of the heart closer to the floor. And from here, slowly moving out of the pose, stretching both legs, come on your elbows, And prepare yourself for Savasana. So let it go. Relax, stretch your shoulders away from the hips. If your lower back is still bothering you, you can place something below your knees. So elevating knees will help your lower back to relax. Let's do cleansing breath 3 times. Inhale through the nose and exhale through your mouth with the sound. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Again, inhale. Exhale. Relaxing more. And now continue with the normal breath. And every time you exhale, make sure that your body is relaxing. So exhale and relax even more. Slowly you can start moving your fingers, your toes, stretching out, coming into a comfortable seated pose, so you can continue in Shavasana or in meditation as you wish. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this class. I'll be very happy to hear your feedback. Continue with your meditation. Always remember, stay present, feed your light within you, stay connected to your soul, to your heart. Generate positive feelings of love, compassion, and gratitude. And despite anything, try to move as much as possible throughout the day. Thank you.